His father and I met when we were very young. I was 14, he was 15, and we were together until I was 30. There wasn't physical abuse, but there was definitely verbal and mental abuse. All I knew is it was better than what my father had done to my mother. I think it started more after my son was born, because then I was more his property. He wasn't punching me in my face, you know. He was just controlling what I ate and where I went and who I saw and what day of the week I did certain things. But you don't, when you're in that situation, you don't look at that as abuse. It took me over 4 years to actually get the courage to leave. Finally got me to leave was when he threatened to kill my daughter. He had said that I better watch myself and I should surely watch her. When I left, I really left everything behind. I came with 3 bags and that was it. I did need to come here. I needed to save my life and save my daughter's life. And even though I don't have my son with me, I needed to show my son that there are strong women out there, and that's the kind of woman you want to be with. 3 years later, the abuse still continues in different ways. He now uses the court system with my son. I have probably been to court 80 to 100 times. I have 2 children, I don't just have one. And it's really hard to be a part of my son's life. I just want to be his mom. And to be his mom, it risks my daughter's life. So sometimes I feel like I had to choose between my children. The one thing his father can't do is break 9 years of what I did do. As much as he can say what he wants now, my son knows the truth. I think that's the part that gives me hope.
I'm a survivor of domestic violence. I was in an abusive relationship. It seems like the day we got married, he changed. I became his property. For 2 years, it had been the mouth, the yelling, the screaming, the controlling, the put down, the name calling, but it had never been physical. So the first time it got physical, my ex-husband beat me up, punched me, kicked me, spit on me, and I knew then that I had to go. I started getting harassed. I had to change my phone number numerous times. I had to change my way of living. He's breaking down my door. He's trashing my apartment. Somehow, someway, his arm came through the bedroom door. He had stabbed me in my back. I was in the hospital about a week, and then I went to stay at my mom's house to recover because my family didn't want me to go back home. I was extremely scared, extremely scared. But I had to get my life back on track for myself and my daughter. It was an awesome experience. Just watching my victim advocate talk with the prosecutor, talk with the judge. She was my voice. I never had to say anything. They were there for me. Whether I called the hotline crying 2 o'clock in the morning, or sometimes out the blue, someone from Interval House would just call me, hey, just calling to see how are you and your daughter doing? We're doing good. Or today wasn't a good day, but I'm okay. I love my job. I love what I do. When a victim says, Miss, you don't understand, you just don't know, I can say to them, yes, I do understand. Yes, I do know. I always told myself I wanted to give back to Interval House because my advocate was there every step of the way. My daughter is doing fantabulous. For what we went through, she's doing great. She's 22 years old now, and she's in college.
You are the strongest person ever. I just wanted you to know that I thank God all the time for giving you a second chance at life and being able to raise me and mold me into a beautiful young lady. I love you with all my heart, and you're such a survivor. Enjoy this month, and again, I love you.
When we got married, the first thing after that I do was an assault. So that right there, I was like, wow, where is the person that I just said I do to? The reason why I left was because I was worried about my children, about their safety. The attention drifted from me to them, and when that happened, I knew it was time for me to go. I told my boys to pack 2 pair of pants and 2 pair of shoes. We're gonna go on a trip. I called my mom all the way in Germany, and I told her what I did, and I said I'm stranded. So for 5 days, she paid me hotel after hotel. There was no badge. She was like, I would love to help you, but I can't. There's not enough resources. There's nowhere I can put you. That night, I was like, okay, if I don't hear nothing by tomorrow, I gotta call him. I don't know how to provide for them. You know, there was no money. The bank cards was canceled. That was it. And then the next morning, I got a call, and they were like, we got a room. I didn't know what to expect, and I came here, and I was interviewed by a crisis counselor. She told me all these things and helped me and asked me questions. Slamming doors, yep. Taking money, yep. Name calling, yep. Telling me what to wear, yep. So with this little checklist, and I was like, that's abuse. Whenever I needed somebody was here to listen. Whenever I needed help, someone was here trying to help. Now they are great. They're thriving in school. My oldest son, he found his voice and he's not scared. My middle son, he feels comfortable in who he is. And my little one, he is challenging at times because I think he has some characteristics of his dad. So when he gets upset, go and slam the door. And if I said, you don't slam the door, he said, my daddy slams the door. Or he would kind of like yell back at me. It's like, daddy does that. So it took some redirecting to tell him that's not the way you do things. We learn by what we see. That's scary. But it also shows me that I made the right decision. They're gonna be okay.
What I've gotten from the Interval House is my life back.
I do the work I do because of my ex-husband, because of what I went through. I'm much stronger than I ever was.
It doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter if you're rich, if you're poor, it doesn't matter. Anything is possible. I'm happy and I'm not scared.
Saving lives.
Giving a voice.
changing the future.